Welcome to episode 30 of the Idiot Farmers. In this video, Mindy's going to make some things in her she shed and show you how it's done, and Mindy and Phil hit Audra State Park in Belington, West Virginia to show you the beauty of our state. Enjoy! Hi, we're back. We've taken a little bit of a hiatus. We had some family health issues and things like that, but we're starting to get into the growing season, so we're going to start seeing some more videos from us on our plants and how we're growing them and what we're growing. But for right now, I actually have gotten a lot of requests for my chamomile salve. That's the salve that I actually use on my own face every day. It's super calming, it's super hydrating, it's great for people whose skin's over 50 years old, or if you have dry skin, it's just a really nice calming salve. The problem is I had run out of chamomile flowers from last year. And it generally, if you do a cold oil infusion, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for that oil to get infused with the chamomile flowers. So I did something a little different this time. I actually went to a company online that sells these products. I found their store on Etsy. I've actually used some of their bitter components before when I'm making bitters. It's called the DIY store. But I did order some chamomile flowers from there because I'm actually getting low on the chamomile salve myself, and I love it so much, so I wanted to make some more. I also don't want to wait 4 to 6 weeks. So what I'm going to do today, instead of waiting 4 to 6 weeks, is I'm going to do what's called a warm infusion. So a warm infusion you can do in a crock pot. You want to keep it at about 50 degrees. And you infuse the oil for 3 to 6 hours rather than 3 to 6 weeks, or 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm going to use the same formula I've always used. I am going to make 2 separate batches this time, one of just chamomile, and then one that's going to be a mixture of chamomile and lavender, because lavender is also very calming. And as you guys know, I've got a lot of redness to my cheeks because of having autoimmune disease. So I'm hoping that the lavender will help calm that a little bit more. The chamomile has done a great job on its own, but I want to try something new. So I'm going to make a chamomile salve, I'm going to make a lavender salve, and then I'm going to make a chamomile lavender combination. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. We'll see in a minute. So we're going to get a little bit more technical this time, and actually they recommend that for every let's see, I wrote it down in my book here. For every 100 grams of plant matter, you use 1 liter of oil. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure out the plant matter. Let's go to grams. Actually, I might as well just do it in here so I don't make things messy. We're going to tare that to 0. Okay, so that's at 0 grams. So we're going to do 100 grams of the chamomile. And for the record, I have planted 3 chamomile plants this year. I've only had 1 in the last couple years, and this is the first time I actually ran out. So I went ahead and planted 3 plants. But I won't be able to harvest those until the end of the year. Okay, so we're only going to do 50 grams because my pot's not big enough for 100. Oh, y'all, this smells so amazingly good. Chamomile just has such a wonderful, fresh, like subtly sweet smell. It's just gorgeous. Here is what it looks like after it's been sitting for a while. So we're going to go ahead and just strain that out and get started on this salve. Move it down, please. No, that's okay. Milliliters. So we're going to do 500 milliliters. So we're going to tare that. All right, so 500 milliliters. And this is almond oil. Oops. Overshot. That's 593. 445. Oop, and I just made a mess. 466. 499, 500. Okay. So now I'm just going to pour this almond oil into this crock pot, and this is going to smell so amazing. And they do recommend that we do it on low heat, so I'm just going to do it on low. And then in 6 hours, we should have some nice oil made. So the other thing that I want to do today is I have been making some of the oil for the Growth Formula shampoo and conditioner. This has been brewing since December 17th. It has rosemary and sage and thyme, which help to stimulate growth. And I've been using this because my hair had fallen out because of the medicine I was taking. I just want to show you guys. This is all new growth right here. I've got it on this side too. It's all gray, but it's still new. So I really think that this stuff is helping. I mean, I've got these nice little wispy ends that are growing out. So, and I think my hair looks fuller than it did. Anyways, then it's also got lavender and nettle for shine. So I'm going to be making a conditioner and a shampoo with this. So I'll probably use half of the oil for the conditioner and half of the shampoo. It calls for, all told, half an ounce of argan and jojoba oil, and then half an ounce of aloe vera gel, and then some cocoa butter, and then the emulsifying wax to make it thicker. So we're gonna work on that now. All right, so first calls for 2 ounces of distilled water. Oh, where's my distilled water? So let's move this to fluid ounces. We're gonna go to, actually, to do it differently. Okay, 2 ounces of distilled water. See, I've got a hole in my distilled water container. Okay, that's going to go in here. Next we need half an ounce of emulsifying wax. here's my emulsifying wax. This is going to get it kind of the thickness that you like to see in a conditioner. Okay, it's just a little over half an ounce, and some of it will stick in the bottom. Now, a half an ounce of cocoa butter. Which I'm actually out of, so I'm going to use shea butter instead. Similar idea. This is pretty solid right now, so. Up to 0.4 ounces right there. That's good. Now I'm going to start heating this up and get this all mixed together. And then we're going to measure out the oil, which if we want to have half of a fluid ounce of oil. And then half of a fluid ounce of the aloe vera gel. And then we use this broad spectrum preserve because with the shea butter and the aloe vera, it can go rancid. So you use this preservative. It's a natural preservative. It's called lucidal liquid. It's antimicrobial. Oh, that is too hot. I don't want that boiling. That got hot fast. Man. Induction oven, man. Okay, there we go. So let me pour the oils in here. And you got to stir while you're doing this or it will separate. So I'm doing this kind of as a test batch. You can see it's not going to make a whole lot, but I just want to make sure that we get all of the components correct. And then you're going to use, it's actually 0.05 ounces of this. So I don't even know if that'll register on here. I don't think it will. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Yeah, okay, so that's 0.07 ounces, so that's going to go in there too. And that is it. That is the conditioner. So what we're going to do is let it cool a little bit and then see how much I actually have of all of these ingredients, and then we'll make a larger batch recipe once I know how much I can make. But this is going to go right into one of our containers. And that's about how much that made. So, come back later and I'll show you the shampoo. Okay, so now we're going to do the shampoo, and I've made this several times. You do really need to have some sort of a mixing implement to make this. So we'll be using this bad boy. Okay, so this shampoo starts with, we're going to triple this recipe, so we're going to do 1.5 cups of water. It does not have to be distilled. The reason we use the distilled in the other, I don't know why we use the distilled in the other. Anyways, it does not have to be distilled. So there's 1.5 cups of water. Let's flush that out a little bit. 1.5 cups of water. 1.5 cups of Castile soap. So here I've just got some pure Castile soap that I got from the internet. And the thing about this shampoo is that it doesn't like lather a whole lot. That's okay, it doesn't need to. It's very, very gentle. It's great for people who have, you know, who are sensitive to a lot of dyes and perfumes because it doesn't have those things in it. And then we have 3 tablespoons of oil, which is here. I need to find my tablespoon. There's 3 tablespoons of the oil. 1.5 cups of aloe vera, which I'm not going to have enough of, so we'll have to make that work. I don't think I have more, but I do have glycerin, so we're going to be close. We've got 1 cup of aloe vera. And then we've got our vegetable glycerin, which we're going to want 2 tablespoons of. I'll probably put a little extra in it just for texture because we didn't have enough of the aloe vera. And then I'm going to heat this just a little bit to get the oils to kind of blend a little bit more. But then we're also going to, I'm going to heat it very gently. And we're going to mix everything together with this. Don't want to mix it too aggressively or it will foam up and then it'll be difficult to get into the containers. But you do want to kind of just meld it all together. And the heat helps to thin out that oil just a little bit so that we can have a nice blend. Now once this is ready and it's in the bottles, it will separate again. But not as intensely as if I didn't do this. And I've tried it several different ways, but this seems to work the best. And this will make a goodly amount of shampoo, honestly. So for the shampoo, I got these pump bottles for it because it does foam it up a little bit, makes it easier to apply to your hair. Some of them work and some of them don't. I'm not super impressed with them, but they weren't very expensive either, so. Okay, and that's how you make the growth formula shampoo. Same oil. It's the same rosemary and all that in the oil, so they make a nice combination if you're using them together to stimulate hair growth. So today, the idiots are touring Audra State Park. We are on some kind of cave trail.
Alum Creek?
Alum Cave.
Alum Cave.
Alum Cave Trail with the boys. So we thought we'd show you some of wild, wonderful West Virginia while we were at it.
Rhododendron.
State flower. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Walking along the, this trail just follows the river. Not even sure how long this trail is, honestly. We just started walking, so I'll show you glimpses of it here and there. That's our first hill here. Can't really get an appreciation for it in video though. But up we go. It's beautiful. Oh, come on, bud. Brisket. This is the upper Alum Cave Trail.
Pretty deep up here.
It's really beautiful. So we just walked down the steps and now we're going to this boardwalk that kind of walks underneath this cliff. I guess this is what they call the cave.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Oh, careful here.
Yeah. Let me turn the video off for a minute so I don't bite it.
Passed by a friend.
We're getting passed by a friend. This is gorgeous.
Wow, look at that.
Look at the green, all the green in there. That is so beautiful. It's like getting the cave experience, but not having the claustrophobia of the cave.
Exactly. That's the least claustrophobic cave ever.
Man, do we live in a beautiful state. Can't believe that we've lived here for 25 years and have never come here. So this is the top, the upper picnic grounds at Audra. So we just walked up here. Dogs are getting kind of sleepy. So we will probably be making this a little bit of a shorter hike. But it's really, really pretty up here. Guys. The river's running kind of fast, so normally we'd take the dogs down and let them get in the water, but I'm a little worried that it's running kind of fast. So we may just enjoy the view from here. There's plenty of people down there though. Some people fishing.
Once again, thank you for joining us on the Idiot Farmers channel. If you liked what you saw, please hit like and subscribe and share with your friends. We hope to see you again on their next video. Thank you.